As you all know, the 120 years from the establishment of the World Zionist Congress in 1897, and just 30 years later the creation of the Zionist Federation of Australia. The 100 years from the taking of Beersheba, the 100 years of the Balfour Declaration, the 70 years of the establishment of the State of Israel, 50 years from the reunification of the capital of Israel, Jerusalem, and so many important events all in this year. My report, and in fact the reports of all the Zionist councils and the affiliative organisations, has been circulated to everybody, but in addition is placed in front of you. And I want to thank my professional team, led by Jeanette, for in fact putting all that together. Yeah. This year we had some outstanding highlights. One of them was, and most important of all, the most exciting I think, was a visit of Prime Minister Netanyahu and the tremendous reception that he received from Prime Minister Turnbull and all Australia, and what an incredibly successful visit that was. And I think we had unprecedented media coverage of the most supportive and encouraging level. We established something of an entirely different nature, the Special Needs Birthright, which will be the first ever Australian group for people with special needs who are going to be going to Israel on birthright in November. Over the last few years, we've invested a lot of time and thought in reaching out to the Russian-speaking Jewry of Australia. And we saw the Kangarooski Birthright Group go to Israel in December, and a huge growth in programming and development in 2017. This activity was supported by the Jewish Agency for Israel, by the World Zionist Organisation, and two philanthropists in the Pratt Foundation in Melbourne and Harry Triguboff in Sydney. And please God, we will continue to do that and try and bring this community into our community. Massa is a growing, expanding, successful accomplishment, so much so that they have more applicants and more participants going to Israel internationally than actually there is funding for. And so we've had challenges with our own funding model, which would have led to a reduction of grants and support for participants. For this year, at least, we found some financial support, and we'll be able to keep everybody up at the same level as previous participants. There have been some important strategic development and new programs in the Arava Australia Partnership. And March saw the Steering Committee strategic planning process, including both Israelis and Australians, work on advancing that partnership. And new programs include science interns, Australian Madrichim running summer camps in the Arava, increased visits, increased growth. So we in fact are connected to Israel in many ways, and one of them is with the Arava. We were responsible for the screening of this new video, Whose Land, which screened in Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane and Perth to sell out audiences, and I want to congratulate the local organisations in Perth and Brisbane, our own office in Sydney, and the local in Melbourne, who helped make this an outstanding reality. That movie, for those who you don't know, is an outstanding advocacy documentary tracing the period of the establishment of the State of Israel from 1917 through to 1948, demonstrating the integrity of the international legal system in its support of Israel and explaining that, and unearthing information that people previously didn't know in response to the continual lies and distortions that emanate from those who are antagonistic to the development, the existence and the maintenance of a Jewish state. And we congratulate Hugh Kitson, the English movie manufacturer, developer, who put all this together. And we were delighted to be involved with the premiere screenings of that video. We have something beautiful coming up this year, the Herzl Show, a single man actor who does an outstanding performance, who will bring to life Theodor Herzl in the period of October, November, celebrating the 120 years since the first Zionist Congress, and he's been made available to run programs in schools around the country, and I think that that will be really, really exciting. It's an expense of the Zionist Federation. October 31 coming up, the anniversary of the charge of the Light Horse Brigade, Beersheba. Shnat participants, all our Shnat participants are invited to join both the bike ride and the official commemoration, thanks to our Israel office, and I take the opportunity to thank the fantastic work that's put in by Yigal Seller, who's joined us. I know how much he's appreciated because I saw how many hugs he got. In talking about relationships with Israel, and obviously we have the political ones, we are the representative of the Jewish Agency for Israel. We're the representative of the World Zionist Organization, we're the representative of Massa, and we're the representative of Birthright, of Taglit. We have that direct geographical connection with the Arava, and through the Dilla training program that we established 2 years ago, we're going on to our third year now, we're connected with the Golan. So people can connect tangibly with different parts of Israel, beyond Yerushalayim, Tel Aviv and other areas. On the 29th of November this year will be the 70th anniversary of the UN partition vote. Celebrating Israel event will be held here in Canberra, hosted by the Parliamentary Friends of Israel and various community partners of the Zionist Federation, and that will cap off a fantastic year. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you will have taken the opportunity to read the President's report, and on that basis I'd now like to call for the adoption of the President's report. Please.
Can't do anything.
I submit.
No quorum.
Well, so
By acclamation.
So would you kindly move that, Shireen?
I can't move it.
As I can't move anything, can I suggest that the meeting may like to show its appreciation for the work of the ZFA over the last year?